Among the monotony of going to work in the city, chalk subway drawings were sporadic throughout the New York City tunnels, making them into modern exhibitions of public art. Keith Haring was a street artist in the late 80s and early 90s, mainly in New York City, and his artwork is as iconic as the city itself. Haring's art style and work are some of the most artistic and politically subversive art of the 90s. His artwork defined the contemporary and pop art of the 90s, bridging the gap between cave drawings and true art, going against the city's and the police's best interests. Haring persisted to put out his public works. What was once considered vandalism was now starting to become real art, becoming more of a vocabulary to the people, common figures and objects connected with all walks of life, making it one of the most groundbreaking artistic periods of the 21st century. Haring's work crossed all languages and borders, making it one of the most influential artistic displays throughout our lifetimes. In 1978, Haring moved to New York City, enrolled in the School of Visual Arts. He did appreciate the work being done in New York with his classmates. He soon found the underground art world of New York developing in the subways and clubs of the city. He became friends with now famous Jean-Michel Basquiat and Kenny Sharp, as well as other artists. Haring soon loved the public and street art and used the primacy of line for much of his early work in the subways and on the streets.
Opportunity for Keith Haring is a blank advertising poster. Using a piece of chalk, the young man from Kutztown, Pennsylvania, draws a picture, a cartoon-like drawing which he finishes in a minute or two and then moves on. He may do as many as 30 such drawings in a day, all different, but all the same in certain ways. He puts them down here so that millions can see them, and millions do.
In 1986, he opened up the Pop Shop, a store in Lower Manhattan that sold his artwork on all works of merchandise. A lot of my quote-unquote introduction to the commercial side of things has been totally misunderstood and misrepresented by especially art critics or by other critics at large. Haring believed that he was not selling out, he was connecting to the people with a different medium, a different technique that brought him commercial and artistic success. One of Haring's most popular public works is titled Crack is Whack, and it is a mural on 128th and 2nd Avenue in New York City. The mural is still there to this day and is one of Haring's most talked about and influential pieces of his career. Haring made the mural as a warning as the crack epidemic in the city was steadily increasing. The mural was not commissioned or had the city's permission, but the mural was put under protection immediately and still exists to this day.
Don't listen to your friends if they tell you to try it. And most of all, y'all, don't you buy it. Your friends are wrong if they tell you to use it. So listen to the message that's in our music. Find some help if it's you who did it. Crack is real whack, so you better get with it. Don't do it. Don't do it.
This artwork, like some in the past, saved him from arrest. You have a van, ladders, and paint. Policemen don't even consider asking him whether you have permission or not, they just assume you do. While the police did let Haring paint the wall, they did not ask if he had a permit. After the police figured out that he did not, after the mural gained its popularity, Haring did actually get arrested and was going to face jail time and a gratuitous fine. However, the mural's popularity saved him because of its message towards the national issue of the crack epidemic. Whenever the epidemic was talked about on the news, it was often that the mural would be featured as well. Publicity and positivity of the mural made his fine a mere $100. The mural has been in the Handgold Court. It was painted in virtually untouched. It serves as a preservation of Haring's legacy as well as a symbol of political activism. The Berlin Wall was historic for its literal and metaphorical separation of the people of Berlin. The wall was a symbol for political and governmental separation, but it most importantly separated the people of East and West Germany. Haring knew what he had to do. He flew to Germany to make his statement. The mural painted on the wall was not commissioned or asked for. It was just as illegal as the murals he did in the subways of New York City. The area he was painting was right on the border of East and West German soil, so he frequently jumped back to the western soil if he believed he was going to be arrested.
This is probably the most famous and most significant wall in that it represents a lot of things besides just a wall itself, because it is a wall that separates and is protected by death or the threat of death to cross it.
Keith Haring's artwork was not just a staple of the 90s, it was a staple of human nature at the time. His art style and work crossed both sides of the art world. It did not blend in amongst the fine art only recognized by the rich. It was not considered meaningless graffiti among the city subways. It was, through and through, art, respected by anybody observing it. Keith Haring proved to the world that the most simple artwork could cross any border. All of his artwork can be easily understood and admired by anybody on Earth, almost acting in its own language. His quick, subverted, minimalistic figures are still around to this day with the messages that they brought with them, true expression of a true artist and in turn, society.